Hello, my happy readers! Welcome to Shed Time Stories with me, Issy. Are you ready to share a new story? Well, I have chosen a beautifully enchanting book to share, and it's the fourth book from the most magical book series that I've been reading before. The title is The Magic Hot Air Balloon, Adventure to Prince Starcatcher's Castle. If you have this book at home, you can read along with me. The author, the person who has written this story, and the illustrator, the person who has drawn all the pictures, is Brianna Fabian. Now, in these stories, Shannon Rooney is a little girl who has the most exciting and magical adventures in a magic hot air balloon, all at the pop of a bubble. In this story, Shannon Rooney finds out a bit more about herself and her family, and she gets to go to Prince Starcatcher's castle. I wonder, could Shannon be a princess? Shall we read and find out what happens? Almost 8-year-old Shannon Rooney travels every night in a hot air balloon with her talking dog, Scotty. This morning, she was so excited to finally talk to her mom about her travels that it was still dark when she woke up. From her bedroom window, she saw her mom speaking to a woman by the lamppost in the backyard. Shannon and Scotty happily ran outside to talk to her mom. Shannon's mom smiled at her and patted Scotty on the head. Shannon was surprised that her mother knew Scotty, and the woman her mom was talking to was her Grandma Maureen. She looked much younger and appeared to be standing in the beam of light that shone from the lamppost. Her mom gave her a hug and said, "Shannon, it's time you knew that you are a princess of Dreamland. Your grandma is the queen and your grandpa Daniel is the king. Your dad travels there during the day. That is why you can travel in the balloon. It was made so princes and princesses can travel to Dreamland." Shannon looked very surprised. "I'm a princess?" she whispered in awe. Her mom smiled and said, "Also, all Dreamland princes and princesses have a talking animal traveling companion. They are very powerful protectors," she explained, scratching Scotty's ears. Scotty looked very proud when he heard that. "When I was young, Scotty was my traveling companion, but I wanted you to have him when you started your travels," her mom explained. "Now I have a Wilson bird as my companion. Her name is Fia. Annalise is your grandma's companion. She is a stardust cat," said my mom, pointing to the cat by my feet. "Hello, Princess Shannon," said Annalise. "So happy we can finally speak." "Hello, Annalise," replied Shannon to the cat. "So that's why I have sparkly hands after I pet you. If you make a wish and blow the sparkly dust off your hands, it will go to the stars and make your wish come true," her grandma explained. "I know you have many questions, Shannon," her grandma said kindly. "The shed has all our family's journals. The script mice write down all our histories." Shannon noticed a tiny mouse behind her grandma. It was writing everything they said in a book, using its tail. "This lamppost is like a phone for us to talk to Dreamland when you're in the beam of light," explained her mom. "We will be there soon," her mom said to her grandma, and then turned off the lamppost. Shannon, Scotty, and her mom went to the shed, where her mom asked a script mouse for the journal about her grandparents. The mouse opened a tiny door in the wall. Behind it was a huge library. Many mice were writing in journals with ink on their tails. "Was that always there?" Shannon asked, mystified. 2 tiny mice carried out a journal. Shannon's mom took it and thanked them. "Shannon, meet Freya and Erin, our head script mice." Shannon said hello and gently patted them on their tiny heads. They squeaked happily and scurried off. Her mom showed her a journal titled Prince Starcatcher. She started reading it to Shannon. "When your grandpa Daniel was young, he went fishing for wishing stars in his magic boat. On one wishing star, he saw an Earth girl's wish for a true friend. He also wanted a true friend. He never knew if people liked him just because he was a prince or for himself. His traveling companion was a rabbit named Luna. One day, she hurt her paw, and they needed help. The northern lights, which blend our worlds, shone down on the Earth girl, showing the prince where he could go for help. He sailed his boat to Earth to find her. Her kindness won his heart, and they became true friends. He traveled in his boat to see her as often as the northern lights appeared. When they were older, he finally told her he was a prince of Dreamland. This is the poem written about them. The mysterious northern lights play shenanigans from above. They thought it would be fun to make a Dreamland prince and an Earth girl fall in love. So they shone brightly on her in her yard one night, and he fell instantly in love with her at first sight. So he sailed in his boat to fish from the moon for stars, and his rabbit friend helped him put them in jars. He wrote her name in the sky up above. How could she not fall hopelessly in love? "So why haven't we lived in Dreamland all the time?" Shannon asked her mother. "Your grandpa loved your grandma for her kindness and humbleness. He wanted the future princes and princesses to be raised on Earth for the first 7 years. Then the hot air balloon would take them around Dreamland with a companion to protect them. They didn't know they were princes and princesses, so they would be as humble and kind as Grandma. He also liked a place to go to just be a loving family and not royals. Now that you know, are you ready to go to the castle?" her mom asked. Shannon was so excited, but also nervous. "How do I act there?" she asked her mom. "Just like you do now. Be yourself," her mom smiled. "How do we get there in the day?" Shannon wondered. "The balloon can take us there at any time," her mom explained. It's invisible to people on Earth. Just call it by name. Kaleidoscope, called her mom. Shannon was so excited when the balloon arrived. Her mom showed her the bubble that had the castle in it for her to pop. Suddenly, the air around them was filled with clouds that had unusual houses on them. It also tasted like orange cream soda pop. Looking down from the balloon, Shannon saw the castle in the distance. The streets that led up to it were lined with colourful umbrellas with happily waving people under them. How do people travel here? Do they have balloons? Shannon asked her mom. Some do, but most people use their umbrellas, explained her mom. Everyone is so excited to meet you, Shannon, Scotty exclaimed happily. How do they know I'm here? Shannon asked. The clock tower's dancing. Princess is out. That means a new princess is coming home, Shannon's mom said, pointing to the tower. The balloon landed in a courtyard near the castle. Scotty ran happily ahead of Shannon and her mom. People greeted them and waved excitedly. Shannon waved back shyly. As they walked through the courtyard towards the castle, Shannon noticed singing flowers. Scotty gave them a friendly sniff and told Shannon that the flowers were singing for her. Looking curiously around, Shannon saw tiny unicorns pulling glass carriages filled with all sorts of colourful candy. Shannon, eat a candy, Scotty said with a secret smile. As Shannon ate a candy, she remembered a happy memory. Wow, Shannon said, surprised as Scotty giggled. Shannon felt nervous walking into the castle. Don't worry, Shannon, her mom said, hugging her. You've already been coming to Dreamland for months. Everyone loves you. Waving people lined the hallway into the throne room where her grandparents and dad were waiting for them. Her grandparents gave her a big hug when they saw her. Grandpa and Grandma, you look so different, Shannon exclaimed. Time moves differently here, Shannon, her grandma explained. Shannon met so many new people and worried she wouldn't remember their names. She was so relieved when her grandpa said, We thought you might like a friend to show you around the village, as he pointed to a group of children around her age. In the back of the group, Shannon noticed a boy with big sad eyes and fluffy dark hair. He was having trouble walking and had a crutch. Shannon's family beamed happily with approval as she went up to him and asked if he could show her around Dreamland Village. His eyes grew bigger and he said he might be too slow. Scotty said, Don't worry, I have an idea, and ran off. He returned with what looked like a small bird, but it was really a tiny flying horse. This is Harper. She can help you get around and even take you to Shannon's world, Scotty said kindly. As the horse landed, it grew to full size. "Hi, Harper. My name is Sebastian," the boy said shyly. "Sebastian, I'm your companion. I'll help you show Princess Shannon around," said Harper sweetly. "Please, just call me Shannon. Would you like to ride in the balloon with me?" Shannon said. Sebastian was happy. He was friends with the new princess and had Harper to help him get around. He gave Shannon a joyful smile and asked, "Can I fly on Harper instead?" They spent a very fun-filled day exploring the village. Shannon liked the tiny hot air balloons that followed her around the shops, carrying her packages. Harper shrank to the perfect size to carry Sebastian through the stores and shops. When Shannon and Sebastian stopped for a snack, Harper shrank down to fit on the table and enjoyed a snack herself. They ordered a pizza, and Shannon was surprised to see the pepperoni wink at them. When she asked Sebastian about it, he laughed and said, "Of course it winked. Don't they wink in your world?" When Shannon said no they don't, they all burst out laughing together. Shannon, Scotty, Sebastian and Harper had a marvelous time. It was a perfect day, and true friendships were formed. In the years to come, Shannon and Sebastian were a common sight in the dreamland sky. Shannon and Scotty in the hot air balloon, and Sebastian on his flying horse. What a beautifully magical and enchanting fourth story that was! Shannon has learnt so much more about her family and about herself. Shannon is a princess, and she can visit Dreamland now anytime. I hope you've enjoyed this Shed Time story, and if you want to, you can like, share, follow and subscribe to Shed Time Stories. Then you'll be ready for the next book we can share together. Bye-bye.